Today we begin the first trial day of the case that we're currently working on, which is the third case, for Mr. Will Powers. If you did not see the last episode, we went around, did a little investigating. Will Powers, our client, is an actor in the hit show The Steel Samurai. He plays the main role. And his buddy, Jack Hammer, who was the villain of the show, was found dead. And Powers was immediately arrested because apparently he did it, which I believe is just Gumshoe looking at the first person in the room and saying, well, guess it was you, because he's done that twice now. We don't have much to go off of for this trial. We really don't have, like, a ton of evidence. Really, all we have going for us is that there's photographic evidence of Will Powers, and it's not Will Powers. At least, well, nobody knows, actually. It could be, could not be. But he is our client, so I'm gonna say that it's not. I'm hoping that this trial goes smoothly, because I'm hoping that I still remember most of the things that happened, and most of the evidence that we have. October 18th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Oh boy. Oh hey, Edgeworth. Oh hey. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Were they just reversed? Wait, were they just on the wrong side? Wait. When I go back and edit this, were they on the wrong side? I don't remember Edgeworth's voice. I remember having the urge to make him British. I don't know if he's British or not. I don't think I made him British. I think I refused to do it because it was live. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. I think I just made him really proper. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. Prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. I don't know about impossible. That's... I don't know about that. Evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I don't know about that either. I see. Very well. I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well. I call the most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Hi, Gumshoe. Anyways, you, have no proof. Literally none. Maybe they aren't on wrong sides, because I guess if the witness stand is... No, they were. They were! Detective, if you would briefly describe the case to the court? Yes, sir. I'll explain here with the guide map. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. Right. This is the main gate to the studios. That's where Old Mag hangs out. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there's a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. 3. Highlighted. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now, jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. Still sus of no blood. Time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case, in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to the whole thing again? No, I'm good. I think he's a liar. Well, he's not lying. He's telling me what he's been told, which were lies. But he's not intentionally lying to me. I think I can probably remember that. I think I'll do fine. So the murder weapon was a spear? How medieval. Samurai spear added to the court record. The spear was found stuck in the chest of the victim. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? She didn't see jack shit. Understood. This judge sucks. Let's call the security officer to the stand. Oh, gosh. Welcome back, old bag. Hey. Will the witness declare her name? My, aren't you a handsome fellow? He is. You're right. I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Your name, please. Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names. That's true. That's a running thing now. Wendy Oldbag, dearie. So just call me Grandma. Even oh my god, she's off again. How do the other children... But this was the boy... Objection! Thank you. Appreciated. Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. No one knows what the fuck you were just saying. Perhaps we can get to the testimony? I like that he loses what part of his vocabulary is, like, so proper. He loses it when he gets mad like that. I think that's very funny. It makes it seem like it's an act, which it probably is. It's like lawyer talk. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony. Alright. It's been a minute since we've done this. She sure is one hell of an old bag. Witness testimony. Witness's account. Alright. Gotta look for contradictions. Let's go. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me, because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was headed toward the studio. I don't buy it. I don't think so. You saw the defendant then. But she didn't. So, consider that one. Consider that one, Your Honor. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Alright. Cross-examination. Right. Okay. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. We're gonna press on, like, everything. That's, like, the best thing to do. So up until that time, anyone who wanted to could go to the studio. Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dearie. You need an employee card key to get in. Right, the card key that I have. So what she's saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in. Was there anyone at the studios when you arrived at the guard station? Poor old Hammer and the rest have been doing run-throughs. How do you know that, though? Somebody probably just told her, but... A run-through? They were working out a scene between the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate. They got the basics figured out by noon, and were to use the afternoon for practice. Rehearsal was supposed to start at 5. That's why poor old Hammer went to Studio 1 in the afternoon. So Powers was in his dressing room sleeping, when he was supposed to be practicing. Talk about a laid-back hero. If there was a run-through in the morning, why did you only get there after noon? Even Edgeworth is asking questions. He's like, something's not right here. I had to run some errands. What errands? Did you go grocery shopping? Did you have to pick your kids up? Grandkids? Actually, probably. What kind of errands? Oh, well, you know. No! No, I don't. Answer the question! Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers. Observing, you know. Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station? Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job! I'm not sure your boss would see it that way. Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always. Never missed one in all my years. Wow, I want to see a Steel Samurai run-through too. You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. Did you see the victim then? Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station. Tell us what happened next. It's at the main gate from then until 5. Can anybody prove that? So you were watching there the whole time? No breaks? Not even a second? Of course! I'm a professional, you know. Or are you criticizing how I do my job? No, it's just after seeing you eat those donuts in the guard station yesterday. I can watch the gate and eat donuts at the same time! I could too, for the record. Old Windbag is losing it, Nick. Why don't you raise an objection? So the witness was on duty through the afternoon the whole time. Very well. What did you see? Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Did it? Yes. I just want to make sure. Interesting to me because a certain man walked right being. Yeah, who was that? Who was it? Who was it? Tell me. 2? You're sure? Sure as spit. Well, who was the man? Really, you should try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain something. Uncalled for. Now, don't get your... I'll tell you who it was. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was headed toward the studio. So you saw Mr. Powers? That's what I said. Got wax in your ears, Sonny? Nick, this is your chance. Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon. I'll say it again. It was him. I don't think it was. Who was him? This? This was him? You sure? Let me get this straight, old bag. Miss Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo-Old Tokyo. Miss Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right? No, they can't. He loses his cool every time. Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. I know that. I wasn't born yesterday. No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss, Witness. He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? Nosy old man. Of course I have proof. What? Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised? The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Ma'am, this is a courtroom. What do you mean, nosy? A man was murdered. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look. Poor Edgeworth, dude. Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof, then. I don't think you do have proof. I think you're a fucking liar. Man in the photo. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg. See? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? That proves nothing. That literally proves fuck all. So he had sprained his ankle. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. She's gotta be hiding something. I'll press her till she squeals. I just press on everything at this point. The scariest thing is when you start pressing on too many things and, like, the prosecution, I don't know if Edgeworth does it or if it's somebody else, they're like, can you stop, please? Can you get to the point? Sorry, man. I'm very thorough. You already lied. Okay. I haven't even said anything yet. I'll have you know I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I've said is on the straight and narrow, the up and up. Youth today, always whining about each other, pointing fingers. Mr. Wright, please, for all our sakes, try not to upset the witness. I think Edgeworth has met his match. It's a little funny. That morning, during the hunters at the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. Trip and fall. Yeah, and to think he's supposed to be the steel samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course. You helped make it better? That's not your job. You're a security guard. I kissed it where it hurt. Did he ask you to do that? Let's move on, shall we? Where was the assistant then? Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. Okay, so she doesn't know. But she was there. But she doesn't know, I guess. You may continue your testimony. He broke one of the props. It was big. Which one? He broke a prop? Sure did. His own samurai spear. His samurai spear? The murder weapon? Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it. This strikes me as a significant detail. I'd better write this down in the court record. Murder weapon. A break in the shaft has been mended with duct tape. Right. So, that's just not stable. There's just no way. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. What do you mean apparently? You're there. Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained? Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch. So he did take a nap. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. Dragging his foot. Okay. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Oh, there is one thing that bothers me. Which is... where is this steel samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the steel samurai, yes? And it is clear that the person in the steel samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I disagree. I suppose that's right. Why? You are the worst judge in the world. Are you sure? Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? Wait and see what happens. Object. I mean, no, like, that's not true. I'm gonna object. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the steel samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. Defense has made a point. It's a good one. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. What happens if you just walk around the gate? There's no, like, there's no other gate keeping you from just going around. The gate really does not work that well, especially if you want to avoid the cameras. We have to consider that a possibility also. What do you mean no? What do you mean? Oh, okay. He's not saying no. And allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? No need to ask twice. What is going on? This shit is wild all the time. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. True. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen him. So what was the first photo then? Because I haven't forgotten that shit either. That it's photo number 2. So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be the Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. I think it was the person in that photo, but that's not Will Powers. The time before Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. True. I don't really want to press on that because I know that it is true. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. Can I? But it's photo number 2. Alright, we'll come back to this after pressing. We might have to present that and ask about the photo number 2, but we'll see. Are you absolutely sure? Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody's suspicious looking passed by at all. Nobody's suspicious looking. Right. No one else went there. It might have to be on that one that I presented as well. What about before you got to the guard station? You mean before 1 p.m.? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them. Are you sure? No. The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy. Edgy boy. Old windbag sure is balls. Or, well, you know what I mean. Old windbags have a way of skipping over important details, after all. Or, for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Something for you to look forward to, perhaps? Stop, that's because you said she might end up like her. Time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. Okay. So the only person I saw go in was him. No one else went there. I think I want to present here. And I'm going to present this, and I'm going to hope that it's acknowledging that I want to present that it's photo number 2. But we'll see. The music stopped. Yes. Yes. Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Wait, while we're on this screen, let's not act like you can't just hop the bushes and crawl around. Okay? You could probably hop up onto this platform and just, like, walk around. Like, you don't have to walk under the gate. You can avoid the cameras. Yes, sirree, Sonny. So, whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture. And here, I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data. Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2. Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny? Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2. Photo number 2. The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? Order! Order! Please, tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not 1, but 2 people went to the studio that day, yet there's only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access. The security lady herself. Huh? You watch your mouth. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Oh, well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean. Can the witness explain this to the court? I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help! Huh? Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. She gonna lose her mind. Whippersnapper? Something the matter, Miss Oldbag? Ah, that's right! I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai? Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. Maybe they're not on the wrong side. I don't know. In the show, they're on the other side. I see. Your testimony, please. The other person. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. So mad. Stay mad, dude. Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this. Well, of course, Sonny. I've just only remembered it. Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination. Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. Yeah. A lot of people in this game seemingly just forget and then remember things so suddenly. It's bizarre. Alright, every day I have one other important job to do. Why didn't you mention this before, though? Every day you do this, and you did not mention it. Every day, another job. That's right, I check all the people that passed by the main gate that day. I look closely at every one of the photos that the security camera takes. Do you back up all of the security camera data? Well, they keep telling me to, yes. But those computers are just so frustrating. There aren't any photos that aren't suspicious looking. What was suspicious looking about the, like... It's not adding up. Girl, it's not adding up. How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking? Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces. For the most part. You can't even see his face in the photo! For the most part. Sorry, this is stressing me out. This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag. Well, I didn't touch that suspicious looking Will Powers photo, did I? I think she's missing the point. Come to think of it now, I remember throwing out one photo that day. Can we get some more insight, please? But who in the heck was in that photo you erased? A fanboy. A fanboy? Steel Samurai fanboys, real freaks if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging around. One was there that day. Wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words. Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. The vent. The vent! The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside and, well, that's where they come in from. They come in through the drain? I told you they were freaks. Oh, and... They're kids. Children. Whippersnappers. Kids? So, on the photo that you erased? It was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. What?! Order! Order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day? One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade? Oh yes, well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him. Can't catch him. A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible, I'd think. It's quite heavy. Right. As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. Do our best. I didn't forget anything. We haven't forgotten anything, so... Just saying. Just saying you should maybe be on our side, but that's fine. October 18th, 11:08 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Mr. Powers? Yes? Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest. So who was in the Steel Samurai in that security photo? How should I know? Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really. What? You should take better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick, what are we gonna do? First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could have conceivably have done this. Right? And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right, but if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick, it's time. Okay. Let's go. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on the matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Order! Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. You accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right. Great. As if the stakes weren't high enough. I think this is the first time this really comes into play. But even here, like, we only lose 2 bars. So, who was this person, other than Mr. Powers, that could have committed murder? It wasn't the boy. We know that it wasn't the kid. No way. All of us just kind of silently agreed with each other. It's not the kid. We're not doing that today. Penny wasn't there. Like, Penny was there for the rehearsals, but it also seems like she kind of wasn't really, like, watching. But Old Bag was. Old Bag has been there. And Phoenix kept accusing her in the last part. The security lady. We haven't talked about Penny at all. There's no way. It was the security lady. Wendy Old Bag. Who? The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady Old Bag. What? Order, order. Is this true, Old Bag? Old Bag? That's Miss Old Bag to you. Miss Old Bag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume, then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew that the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes #2, baby! That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have any opinion on this matter? Prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it, is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something! That's my move. Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way. Give Granny a break. Nah, press further. Just for fun. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day. But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer? You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed. That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Wait just a minute! What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy, the one whose photo I erased. He's only a grade schooler though, as you said. 2nd or 3rd grade, was it? That doesn't matter! When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright. That boy is not the killer. What? How can you be so sure? Oh, or is it to be nice to the kids and mean to your elders' day? I have proof. Proof? Indeed? Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder? I think it's just it's too heavy. Like, he could not have picked it up. Take that! Your Honor, the murder weapon was a samurai spear. That very spear is shown here in this photo. How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible. I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this? I guess not. Windbag. Speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Wendy. What was her name? Something Oldbag, Your Honor. He doesn't even care! He just doesn't care! Then the prosecution will look further into this Oldbag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned. Got him. Wait a second! Oh? I'm not gonna just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me! I'm talking. Maya's over it. Oh great, stop the presses. The Windbag wants to talk. Miss Oldbag, what is this about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Not to talk about? By whom? Huh? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk? Well, testify! Oh my god, it's never ending! My lips were sealed. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're gonna go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't either. But I also would have said something right from the get-go, because this is a courtroom. Don't you, like, promise to tell the truth when you walk in there? Withholding facts counts as not telling the truth, right? That sounds like it counts. Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now? Hey, you been listening? He told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the Oldbag. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Alright. Let's go. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. Why? So you were told not to talk. That's right, by the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less. Why didn't I hear about this? Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it. There were some other people at the studios on the day. Who? Literally who? You're throwing one under the bus. Just start naming people. Write a list. Who were these people? Well, the director and the producer, for starters. The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without the director? Of course. Edgeworth is, like, in on this. Like, he's rocking with us. Yeah, well, I was surprised no one asked about it. We shouldn't have to ask, but okay. So, where were these people? The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime, and they had a meeting after that. Where? Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer. Studio 2? There was a Studio 2? There was. The monkey guy was telling you which way to go. Well, if you look at the guide map... Yeah, the monkey dude's like right here. Here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head was fallen over. That's what I'm saying. Oh, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I've already asked him my questions, but... Why would I take a break? Why would I... Well, now, why would they say that? That's sus. Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder. I know that's silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And he gave me a little bonus on the side. So you got your bonus, and you still talked. I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask. But what am I... I guess there's no harm in getting as much info as I can. There really isn't. Oh. Never mind. Nick, I guess pressing her was the right thing to do. For an old windbag, she sure likes keeping secrets. Let's get as much information as we can. Okay, I'm just gonna press you again and then skip through it. You're cool, not talking. Yeah, we saw this. Sorry, Edgeworth. I want him to ask if I want to take a break again so I can say yes. Oh, they were there? Yes, the whole day. When they heard about the murder, they beat it before the cops came. I'll kill this woman, I swear it. Whoa, chill. I feel sorry for Edgeworth almost. She really left him hanging on this one. But if you're gonna go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free. Okay. Them? Who are these people? Director and the producer, for starters. Director should know something fishy. Couldn't have done it without the director. Of course, this we read. Right. Studio 2. Would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already answered my questions. I'm going to take a break and see what happens. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. Court acknowledges the defense's point. Prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of. Sorry, Edgeworth, you got a lot of work to do. I understand, Your Honor. This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned. Damn. October 18th, 1:04 p.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 3. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me. Oh, really? It's nothing. Oh, or should I... should I sniff? We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So, Nick, have we figured out just who was in that Steel Samurai costume? Could it really have been Old Windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her. Really? Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time, okay? Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off of Mr. Powers. Poor old Lindbag. I feel kind of sorry for her. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Right, we'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Oh. To be continued. That is the end of trial day 1. In the next part, we're going to go back to the studios and talk to the producer and the director and see what the fuck is going on. Because everybody keeps lying. Nobody understands. Just say your shit. Just say what you need to say. It's a courtroom. Nobody can really hurt you. There's, like, police everywhere. I don't think they would let you get hurt if you're testifying. Like, you're going to be fine. Just speak. Just say words. And the truth, preferably. So in the next part, we'll be investigating, looking around a little bit more. I get the feeling that we're obviously going to run into some more new characters, which means I have to come up with some more voices. Either way, it'll be fun, and I will see you guys there.